Okay, we're doing recaps of the candidates. This is the third game we're doing out of 11. This is the game Sindarov, Esipenko from round one. As you all know, Sindarov is killing it. And it turns out the preparation that was leaked was intentional because Sindarov realized in the past when people's prep was leaked, they won the match, as in the match Ding versus Nepo. So he thought it was a good idea to leak his prep so he would win the match too. Caruana had his prep leaked by video in St. Louis against Carlson, and they drew their match. And then in the rapid, Carlson was too good. Okay, so this is Sindarov, Esipenko. Fortunes varied after this game. Guy who won the game wins all of his games, and the guy who lost the game is tied for last. Truth hurts. Okay. So they played Queen's Gambit, Bishop F4 variation, boring. Okay, C4 is a good way to fight for an advantage. Give a fighting position, not give white a slight advantage for nothing. Knight H5, black wants the two bishops. The engine prefers bishop G4. Bishop E5, trying to trap the knight on H5. So if you take the bishop, then we take with the pawn. This position, black makes a mistake. It's obviously a mistake because of my rules. But the engine also says it's a mistake. He played F6. Engine doesn't like that. And in this position, white has two good moves. White played the obvious move, bishop G3. But knight G5 is also good. Threatening queen takes H5 and threatening the H7 pawn also. Knight G5 gives white an advantage, as does bishop G3. Now he played F5, correcting his earlier mistake, and the game ended in repetition here. After bishop E5, black played F6, white played bishop G3, black played F5, white played bishop E5, and black played F6, and the game was drawn. Okay, let's go to the next game. What's that? F6 is illegal? Oh, okay, that didn't happen. I just made that up. All right, Bonarici's banned. And Mikey's banned. Okay. So now the engine says it's about equal. It doesn't like this bishop E5 move. Okay, he played bishop E6. That's legal. B3, attacking the C4 is explosive pawn. Queen A5, threatening the knight. Oh, give me the knight. Knight E2. The engine says it's about equal. B5, engine agrees. It still prefers white a little bit. These are the kinds of positions I get with white because I play D4 a lot and I get a lot of Queen's Gambit, Nimzo, kind of pawn structures like this, Ragozin. So I have white in these positions often on the stream with this kind of pawn structure. Knight F4 takes. The engine doesn't like this pawn takes. It prefers to take with the bishop. But you can see how white wants to open the E file and give himself the G5 square for his knight. Engine says about equal. Queen D8, the engine approves, always retreat. Rook E1. Queen D7, defending all the bishops against the open rook. Rook E3. Rook E8. Put it in H. The engine says it's all equal. It says G3 is a terrible move. I don't know why. G3 seems very reasonable to me. But Now the engine says bishop f7, bishop h5 is good for black. It doesn't like weakening the defense of the knight. We played a6. Then he played bishop f7, bishop b4, bishop h5, and black has very active bishops. Black has pawn majority on the queen side. White's pawn majority is irrelevant. And thus far, in the first round of the candidates, Sindarov has been outplayed by Esipenko. So it doesn't look good for Sindarov starting out. a4. And Sindarov said after the game he thought he was going to lose. Didn't like his position. Okay, and the engine says bishop takes f3 is terrible. Obviously, black is pinning the knight to the queen. So if my student played bishop takes f3, I'd yell at them, because that doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you take a piece that's pinned? Terrible. Okay, now the position's equal. And the reason he got rid of the knight was Esipenko wants to win the d pawn. But the engine says that's terrible, and now white's doing great. Rook a6, engine approved. Knight takes d4. Queen h5. Now white's threatening rook takes bishop, and the bishop, if it moves away, the knight's hanging, and if the bishop goes to c5 or a7, keeping defensive the knight, then white has the brilliant move, rook takes h6. And you will know my name is the Lord. And now it's mate. It's a quick checkmate out of nowhere. Checkmate. Truth hurts. I can't wait for the YouTube comments that say, that's not checkmate. Black can play queen g7. That's why you're all banned. Gotham can win the candidates. He has the same chances as Hans and Hikaru. Okay. So, black played rook takes, sacking the exchange. The engine says rook takes e5 is forced. Always sack the exchange. And then queen c6 is a mistake. He should play bishop c7, and it's still a game. Now white's pieces are too active. White's threatening the bishop. White's getting a checkmating attack going. Always repeat. Black decides he can make a queen, but if he makes a queen and white checkmates him, then white wins. Always repeat. Rook e6, always sack the exchange. Now white wants to play rook e8 checkmate with advantage. And you'll be on YouTube saying it's not checkmate because black can play queen f8. That's why you're all banned. How do you stop rook e8 mate? Well, he found a way to stop it. He resigned. You could also take the rook and then get checkmated this way or this way, whichever you prefer. So after always repeating and always sacking the exchange, black resigned. And Sindarov, in the interview after the game, said he thought he was going to lose, but fortunes changed during the game. Esipenko outplayed Sindarov in the opening, middle game, got an advantage, and then the game turned around in time trouble, and Sindarov won. What about king h7? What? Oh, you mean in this position? Now I have several ways to checkmate. One way to checkmate is this. Another way to checkmate is this. Another way to checkmate is this. And there's probably a couple more. I didn't see king h7, but white has 4 or 5 different checkmates. So. Still winning. Anyway, everybody's banned because they don't know what checkmate is.